Sai,
Brago.
how goes it?
How's it going? Oh wow, we jinxed each other, huh?
Yeah, I know. Is that the first time?
I think it is. Yeah, I mean it goes well.
Groundbreaking, actually. We're gonna talk about Shanks, man.
We talked about him a year ago, right?
A year ago.
A year today, like Don Krieg.
Yeah, we can say that. Good. Yeah. A year today.
Hey, two goats, sure, why not?
A year today,
makes sense.
we talked about it. Shanks versus Kid is coming up in the anime. Felt like it'd be interesting to revisit that moment, that time, talk about like how it went down, the expectations before it happened, and then, you know, if anything should have been different, and also the anime, will they change anything, right? Is this
That's a scary topic.
Knockdown, drag out fight, you know? Is this gonna be a 12
Shanks
round?
starts bleeding.
You know?
They add an extra dialogue that makes Kid look really good for some reason.
He's like, it's only because I was hungry.
Yeah. Shanks is like, oh man,
you were hungry?
if Kid was looking my direction, he would have done me in.
Yeah. Today's sponsor is Pangea Odyssey from Aero Labs. Pangea Odyssey is an adult fantasy RPG mobile game available on Android and iOS systems in English, traditional and simplified Chinese, Japanese, and Korean. Go on an adventure and defeat swarms of monsters with beautiful ladies with different attributes and skills. As you progress, the script will provide a deeper understanding of the bonds between the characters you get along the way. You'll be able to equip gear to enhance the strength of these ladies. So make good use of your lineup, making sure you have the right set of skills between these characters to defeat the swarm of monsters that will be coming after you. You'll also be able to unlock erotic storylines throughout the journey, and boy, this is some spicy stuff. Right now, there's an event going on from June 26th to July 17th called the Illusionary Summer Splash, where players can obtain the beach ball through event levels and event tokens, which you'll be able to exchange in the event store for the 5-star character Tomorin's limited costume Turquoise Dream. During this event, you'll be able to obtain season pass points through dailies. You can also upgrade the pass level to get amazing rewards and unlock Rin's limited costume Ivory Wave. Go ahead and click the link below. After all, this is only for a limited time. If you want to get the chance to get the limited 5-star character Tomorin and these limited costumes, install Pangea Odyssey today. I gotta take this seriously. But yeah, you remember the chapter number?
1079. Yeah, it's iconic. I have it tattooed.
Yeah, I thought about getting it tattooed, but I didn't.
Really?
I didn't quite make it there. Not really.
Okay, yeah, good, yeah.
Not really. Don't. If I
I'm glad you did it.
if you had a tattoo a chapter number, what chapter would it be?
Chapter 4.
Fuck, what's chapter 4?
I don't even know. I think the number 4 is pretty cool.
I'll get 432.
32? 432. What's 432? Thriller Bark? One Piece 432. Let me see. What is that? Bon Clay? All right. I'm typing it in again. Oh, it's Marineford.
Is it?
I don't know, dude. What is this? Oh, it's when we learned that Dragon's his dad and we see Garp. Okay, that's it.
You going through like from Thriller
Do you
Bark.
even know what chapter it is? Do you even know what happens?
That's the Whitebeard and Shanks chapter.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
432?
Yeah. Right.
No, it's not. It's not the chapter.
Hold on.
432.
Yeah. 432.
No. It's the chapter we learned that Shanks and Whitebeard are Yonko, but we don't actually like see them though.
Hold on. Is it 433?
Maybe. I think you might have been one off.
Hold on. Yeah, maybe. Actually, no. It's not 432.
Yeah, it's 433. Shanks
It's
visits
433.
Whitebeard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're so close. Imagine you get the wrong chapter
right,
number,
I get the wrong
dude.
chapter number. That's fine. I
Damn.
can just do the X out like Ace did with
Oh, with the Sabo
the
thing.
Sabo thing. Actually, the chapter is 434. It's not 433. 434. That's when at the end of the chapter is Ace finding Teach. This is the same chapter where Shanks and Whitebeard clash. 434. That's
What
the
a crazy
chapter.
chapter that was.
Imagine this chapter in real time right now.
Yeah, the chapter in real time. And then you have Anel in the cover page story. My God.
Anel cover
Anel
story.
on the moon.
Shanks talking shit to Marco, him pulling up on Whitebeard's ship, knocking out everybody, warning about Teach, clashing with Whitebeard, Ace pulling up on Blackbeard at the end of the chapter. Come on, bro.
That would be the equivalent of what, Shanks versus Kid, huh? Just in terms of hype.
Yeah. In terms of hype, it gets
Yeah.
there, which is, I think, the perfect segue for chapter 1079. I think going into it, we all thought like, okay, let me say it. This is for me. I did not think that Kid was going to get eradicated the way that he did, considering it happened before, right? So it's just like, okay, this isn't going to happen the same way again, right? Just because,
Yeah.
you know, he lost one time, and then we saw like even for, you know, some of the other characters like Law fighting against Blackbeard, like he lost, but he didn't get like, he got away and shit, right? And Luffy fighting against like an admiral and fighting against the world government, it was just like everybody kind of had their scuffles and they managed to get out of it. So for Kid, I was like, all right, maybe he does better than last time. I was wrong.
He did not do better than last time.
I was wrong.
Well, I mean, I guess technically he did. I mean, I guess it's not Ben Beckman who put him down, but either way, being one tapped is still kind of crazy to me. I couldn't believe my eyes. I still don't believe it.
Yeah, before
like,
the chapter
I thought there'd be at least like a
happened,
clash.
I remember talking to King of Lightning. King of Lightning is a super Shanks glazer.
It's a crazy title.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I am too, but you know, he takes it to another level. Actually, I don't know if he does, because I think Shanks is probably stronger than Prime Raj. Either way, was like, this is Kid's last shot. Right, we were talking about it, and Cole even said like, "Hey, I don't know. I think Kid could get one tapped." Right? He said, "Wouldn't be surprised if Kid get one tapped." I was like, "Come on, bro! Like, Oda's not gonna do Kid like that."
He got done like that, bro.
Chapter comes out, right, and in the chapter you have Shanks. He's worried about Kid. You know, he's like, "Yo, is he good? Is he healed? Is he all right?" You know, and then he's kind of doing research on him, looking at his Carfax. And then Kid pulled out his bazooka, and then Divine Departure demolishes not only Kid, but also Killer. And then if that wasn't enough, here comes Dory and Brogy for cleanup. Fucking overkill, bro.
And what's even worse is that you have Kid's crew rushing and say, "Here, the particle shakes, please take it. Leave us alone."
And he's like, "We're gonna take it anyway, bro." Like, but you know,
God,
is this the most disrespectful thing that's ever happened? I don't know, because Kid at this point was considered a top tier, right? I don't know. Wait.
I considered him a top tier dude.
I thought he was.
I thought he was.
And he got one shot. Him and his right hand got one shot, which here's the tough part. He wasn't off guard, but he kind of was, because like, I don't know if he expected Shanks to leap from his fucking ship to use Divine Departure to knock him out.
Yeah, it's like the Spanish Inquisition meme, right? Where you see the guy from afar and then you like blink and then he's like right in front of you. It's like, what? Like, what is going on?
So it's like, it's not an off guard hit, but it kind of is. So it's like, there's nothing. I don't think there's any way you can prepare for what happened. But Shanks took matters into his own hands and then boom, destroyed Captain Kid. For context, who took blows from Big Mom, who took blows from Kaido, right? He wasn't one tapped by either of them.
No, dude. Going to the anime, the Big Mom fight, they had Kid getting beat down for 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Mother's Misery, right? Big Mom.
Yeah, Mother's Misery, the monster. Like, oh my God. Kid was getting stomped on.
And this is after
but he was still standing.
This is after him being injured by Killer in the fight with Hawkins, too.
Yeah, after that, after the rooftop, and you know, after a poo, you could throw a poo in there if you want.
Poo attacked him, no breaks,
like,
and he didn't get knocked out by this. But Shanks with Divine Departure knocks him and his right hand out.
Yeah, and what, Killer was coming in to guard too, right?
Right.
Was that the context? I kind of forgot. Yeah, Killer was trying to help.
Yeah, he tried to step in and protect him.
He couldn't pull off the Zoro.
Here's what crazy. They said after Shanks was done. Shanks does a really cool pose, and he's like, "The captain's not moving. He's dying.
He's going to die."
I don't know.
And then they say, "Red hair, we surrender. Please have mercy. Don't kill our captain."
And the crazy part is, like, I was saying this when in the anime when they showed us again, I realized what Shanks's ploy was. But it's like, "Hey, Dory, Brogy, we have like problems. Can you help us?" And I'm like, you don't really need Dory and Brogy.
You really don't.
Like, it's kind of like instilling confidence in your crew and your allies, which is just like, yeah, just come with us. Just come help us real quick, you know? So Dory and Brogy, they don't get, it's no real threat of danger, but they get like a really cool moment where they can wipe out Kid and his crew, which is, you know, I think in general, Oda hates Kid. Like, I really feel like he doesn't care for the character. It's almost, bro, we read JJK.
It's a personal grudge. It's 100% a personal grudge against Kid. It has to be.
We know, what's his name? Gojo is not liked by his author.
By Gege.
Right?
Yeah.
Gege does not like Gojo. And when you think about Gojo, and we're not going to spoil, when you think about Gojo and how he was handled after getting sealed, I guess, like even before then, like what are the moments that he has for?
Yeah. It's kind of like he made a character and said, yeah, this character can't exist.
He's too
cool. He solves too many problems. We gotta get rid of him.
And even how Gojo got handled, people may call it kind of disrespectful because it's like, considering what was going on right now, still.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, do you feel like anything should have been different with Kid based on how Oda handled him in this chapter?
I do fall back on the clash. I wish they did clash, or at least Kid at least got to get a lick in on Shanks, just like a single hit. It doesn't have to do damage.
At least.
Yeah, like there's not much he could do. Kid's not winning the fight, but I think I would have enjoyed it a little bit more if Kid at least scratched Shanks. Like maybe, nicked off the top of his collar.
I was saying
something.
Like maybe like like after he goes in for the divine departure, it does hurt Kid, but Kid comes back like Akainu versus Whitebeard. Not takes Akainu's head off or Shanks' head off, but like maybe like his collar.
Yeah, he like tries to throw a punch and then Shanks gets hit.
And Shanks
then
dodges.
Shanks is like,
He dodges and he's like, if I didn't use Future Sight, that would have hit me or something. But he just gets annihilated, bro. And based on everything that Shanks did to Kid, he technically should be the god of the verse, considering the stuff that Kid was able to take in Wano or Nigashima. So I don't know. I don't know how you feel about Shanks. What do you think?
I think he's just one of the top characters of the verse. I really do. Like, this solidifies it. And here's the thing. People use this scene to bash on Kid. And I understand, right? Oh, it's my favorite character, one tapping a guy I don't like. Of course, yeah. Oh, Shanks is great. Sure.
Bro.
But here's the thing. Like, Kid isn't weak. In the grand scheme of the story, Kid is stronger than like 90% of the characters out there. Like, you put Law in this situation, he's done. Yeah, dude, put Kid in the top 95. Like, Kid is not a bum. Like, compared to Luffy, compared to Admiral, sure. Compared to Kaido, yeah, why not? But, like, that's still better than a majority of the verse, dude.
Kid's at worst top 20 in the verse. Like, there are not many people that are beating Kid outside of the Yonko captains and the Admirals, right? Then you get to the outliers like Yamato, Mihawk, Sabo. After that, you can say Katakuri, but I think he might be favorited versus Katakuri, and I think he might be favorited against any commander. So, it's, then you get people like Magellan, outliers like that, Rayleigh. But Kid is, he's fairly formidable, and Shanks he embarrassed him, bro.
Completely embarrassed him.
The anime, how do you make this good? Do you just make it a one shot? Do you make it a struggle for Shanks where he's like going against the beam? Like what do you do? Or do you just do it 1-to-1? He just blitz him and take him out. I just reread the chapter and it's a lot of stuff happening, but based on how they happen, it's a very quick thing, right? Like, unless they drag out the beginning of the episode where like it's still some York stuff going on, right? Where they probably do. And then they had like ships pulling up and they talk about Shanks' allies. So that's probably what they do. They drag the hell out of that moment. Like those moments at the beginning, and then they just give Shanks his moment towards the end. But you know what? Actually, maybe what they do is they show more of Kid destroying ships to kind of drag it out a little bit. More of the 10-second
future.
Yeah. So see more of the future that Shanks kind of predicted to kind of make it, because bro, like looking at it, how it's happening, it happens so fast. So it's like, how do you kind of animate it? You got to kind of take your time. And then also they probably spend some time on Dory and Brogy like charging up and shit for Hakoku sovereignty. But ultimately, I think you kind of have to 1-to-1 it. You can't like make Shanks struggle or make it seem. I mean, okay, here's the thing. They released the preview for Shanks. It's like, bro, it's so obvious it's gonna happen. Trailer. Like, what the fuck? Who does that? A preview?
Yeah, you might notice there's no hype trailer for Kid, right?
No hype trailer. A hype trailer for Shanks.
And Kid has 10 times more scenes than Shanks, but they still managed to squeeze out a hype trailer.
Episode. Like, what the hell?
Insane.
And so, like, bro, it's clear what's gonna happen. This is a Shanks moment. And unfortunately, I mean, I think 1 year later, I'm more excited to see it because it's the animated version. I don't know if I feel bad. I feel bad for Kid a little bit just because he gets the short end of the stick because people just all of a sudden call him weak when he's not weak at all. It's just that Shanks is the strongest shit.
Yeah, that's just how it is. It's like Luffy going to Wano, right? When Luffy fought Kaido and he got one tapped, it's like, like nobody said Luffy was weak. It's just his opponent was really strong. Overwhelmingly strong. That's just how it is. And he got
caught off guard. Even though technically you shouldn't get caught off guard in that situation, it's just like, you don't expect Shanks to come. I want to see how they animate that though. Like as far as Shanks closing the distance. Like, is it like, remember when Luffy's fighting Rob Lucci and like Rob Lucci was looking at him and like he still was able to blitz him. Like, and I love how they animated that. Is it going to be that, or is it going to be one of those where it's like,
That'd be cool. Imagine we get the exact same 1-to-1 shot of
That'd be insane.
like Shanks showing up in his eye.
Or do they do like a streak of light, like red light that just blitzes kid? But I think either way, I heard they're bringing in the big guns for this one. So
yeah, which is kind of crazy. Like when you think about it, you know, for Rob Lucci versus Luffy or any of the other fights, bringing in the big guns makes sense, but this is just really one attack.
It's one attack.
Like, I'm curious to see how they're going to do it.
How they've been building it up, you don't feel like it's one attack. Like they've been making it seem like Kid actually has a chance. So I can't wait, bro.
Yeah. They make, I mean, the manga did it too, right? Like they kind of built Kid up where Kid's like, you know, that's only if we lose, that's when we die, you know? Like I was like, okay, damn, dude. Like I actually thought Kid was going to put in some work. I really did.
Yeah, you would think that, but then it's just like it didn't play out that way, unfortunately. So yeah, I would say 1 year later, I still think things should have played out that way. I mean, I wish Kid would have had more of a chance just to, you know, make more sense of things. But
yeah,
I guess when
even
Shanks
like a one-liner from Shanks, right? Like Shanks saying, you were strong, Kid, but not strong enough. It's like, oh, okay, that's cool. You know, he called him strong at least, right? Like that's something.
Yeah, I mean, he was aware of his, you know, his attacks and taking out his friends, you know, and that's when Shanks is scary. So it's just one of those things, bro. That's one of those things. But
Shanks, I'm excited to see Shanks' crew. What, like captain of the Patato Pirates, Ballfinger Garotini.
Oh, the fodder?
Yeah, Grave Tooth Fugar and what, Panic Pururu. Like, I'm so excited for those guys, those losers, man.
Can't wait to see them. Shanks is like stacking the deck with fodder, you know, just...
Yeah, with 1-star cards.
Proves how amazing he is. I mean, before we end, last question. Who's stronger, Mihawk or Shanks?
Well, thanks for having me, bro.
All right, man.
Dude, my answer, so the problem with that is that, like, I don't really care too much who's stronger. So my opinion changes based on the day, like based on what side of the bed I wake up. You know, moments like this, I feel like Shanks is definitely stronger. I mean, he's looked better based on everything we have like on paper.
Right.
But I feel like Mihawk is like right there. I feel like it's like, I feel like Zoro and Sanji's a bad way to put it because they're like so different in fighting styles, but they're literally neck and neck like every other day.
Yeah, who would be a good comparison with Mihawk and Shanks as far as...
I don't think there is a good comparison in the story. Yeah? Okay, never mind. There's not a good comparison. By the way, that's a really good comparison. Yeah. Akainu and Aokiji, I think it's like that, you know, like they're just neck and neck. They're both like right there. I think the problem with Mihawk is that he's always compared to Shanks, but we just haven't seen anything from him. You know, we have the Baratier, we have Marineford, and that's about it. And then we have lines where he's just like, you know, chilling, like I just want to hang out at home.
Yeah.
Crocodile, you have an offer where I could just stay home and chill? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's join Cross Guild. I think that's Mihawk's main problem, but I don't hate it, you know. When you're that old, you've already hit the pinnacle of the world. Hang out, dude. Relax.
Yeah, I mean, I think with Mihawk and Shanks, it goes back to the conversation about titles and how much you value them.
Yeah.
And I think if you value the title, it's going to lead you to the point where you're like, obviously Mihawk is stronger than Shanks. He has the title. What's there to discuss? I do think there's you know, because I do value titles, but I think things a bit more to it than that, you know, where I think that's what's been shown in One Piece. But I understand the logic, but nothing in One Piece is ever that clear cut, in my opinion.
And then I mean, it's like when you bring in titles, it's like, you know, Whitebeard's the world's strongest man, but how does that compare up to like the world's strongest creature? Like, do they even compete with each other? Like who even made up those titles in the first place? And then with Shanks and Mihawk, like I always want to go, like, I want to throw the Blackbeard argument into it too. Like, you don't know what their cap is. Like, how do they actually fight? Like, what do they look like at that 10% health bar, you know?
Shanks has a sword. Shanks has a sword size, so technically,
yeah, I mean, Shanks has a sword, but like he's also a celestial dragon. Like, what if he's got something extra in the bag?
So
and then same for Mihawk, like,
man?
Yeah, he transforms into a cloud of hockey. No, I mean, and same for Mihawk too. Like, we don't know anything about how he actually fights outside of the sword. Like, we know nothing about these guys realistically. Like we've seen, like, if you were to compile all their fight scenes together in the anime, we maybe have like 1 minute in total.
For both of them,
and that's it.
Yeah,
for both of them. Like, we know nothing about these guys, realistically.
It's unfortunate, but I think it's a decent conversation.
It's gonna change though. Final Saga, Brago. Let me tell you, it's gonna change.
The person who has the most, I think Shanks has more death flags than Mihawk, right? Like, I don't see Mihawk dying. So, you know, if Shanks dies, you know, it's going to be Mihawk fans just like celebrating on his grave. Like, told you wasn't anything.
Yeah, we're going to be dancing.
We told you, bro. We told you he ain't. I'm like that.
I will say.
Go ahead.
From a design standpoint, I'm a big fan of Mihawk. I like the fit.
Mihawk's design better than Shanks?
Yeah, I like Mihawk's design. I think that's why I do lean towards Mihawk. I'm just like, yeah, he looks cooler. I mean, Shanks is cool too, but Mihawk, there's something about like, you know, drinking red wine in a gothic castle. It's like, it's A1.
Yeah, I can see it. I'm more of a Shanks
is
guy.
just bar hopping, dude.
I'm more of a Shanks guy. Mihawk does have better drip than Shanks, you know. Shanks has homeless drip, but the red hair with the scar, the shirt open, you know, it's just, it got some aura to it, you know what I mean? And then every time he's been serious, it's been like game changing, even in movies.
Yeah.
So, you know, Mihawk did have a moment in the movie where he that's when he cut the meteor, when Zoro tried to cut it, and he kind of like he cut the meteor and he looked at Zoro like, yeah, you're not on my level yet. Sorry. I don't know if you remember that.
He cut the meteor.
That was,
and there's another movie.
Stampede.
There's another movie. It was 3D2Y. He cut Brundy World's 100 times giant sized cannonball.
Yeah, you know. It's just, I agree. It's close. It's close. It's going to depend on how you view things, but Shanks, my guy. Either way, a lot to look forward to.
A lot.
Shanks versus Kid in the anime airs on Saturday. I'm not going to say
Saturday, tonight, right?
Tonight. Yeah, tonight.
Tonight. In a couple of hours.
Yeah, in a couple of hours it's airing. So yeah, look out for that. Sai, any last words? Any last thoughts about Shanks vs. Kid?
I'm excited. I hope Toei not fumbles the bag, but I hope Toei adds in some scenes that are very controversial or divisive. Because I love the chaos. Like if Shanks throws in a line where he's like, I'm glad Kid wasn't looking this direction, or, you know, something stupid like that. I would love to just like hop online and just see what people are talking about, because I love the discourse. I love when people just
lose their minds over nothing.
Lose their mind, and I just love sitting on the side just watching.
Yeah, just fucking drinking wine like Mihawk, like it's idiots.
Yeah, it's like, well, there they go.
There it is. But nah, I agree with you. Can't wait. Guys, check out Sai. Link in the description below. Sai, appreciate you pulling up always.
Anytime, man.
Important conversation, because I think it needed to be had, man. It needed to be had.
It's the pregame show.
Oh my God, Kid is in trouble. Peace out, y'all.
Peace out.